Hey, before we get into it, loosespears.com, my tickets for the Melbourne International Comedy Festival are on sale now. Shows are selling out already. The first Saturday is gone. The first Friday is more than halfway full. 23 shows in a row. It sounds like a lot. They are limited COVID-safe capacity, so I want to see you there. It's less than a month out now, so book your tickets now. Afterpay and Dogecoin accepted.
And money as well.
Oh, yes, and money.
And
yeah,
AUD.
AUD, yeah.
Guys, 2 weeks away I start in Warrnambool,
Yes.
then Ballarat and Shepparton. There's only 20 tickets left
Awesome.
to Ballarat and Shepparton.
Scoop them up.
Warrnambool, please come. The rest, selling great. And Melbourne, oh no, they're flying out.
Yeah, I was just watching them.
Yeah,
I can see them going
flew
right.
out the door. Shit.
That's quick.
Yeah, and also my first Saturday is also sold out, so please come because you'll actually miss out on a weekend.
Buy tickets. Enjoy the show.
Well done. Yeah.
Guys, welcome back to Luke and Lewis.
What a start.
Momentous occasion. We have some crazy news. You may have noticed that our sign is missing. And that's
That's the
because
news.
I sold it on Facebook
Lewis?
Marketplace for $6.
He is lying. He
Yeah.
was robbed.
Yeah, I
We
was
will-
robbed, and they also took $6 from me. Yeah, woo! Yeah, if you're watching the video version, the sign is gone. If you're listening to the audio version, the sign is gone.
Forgot I was wearing Radio Max sunglasses.
Yeah, he needs to stop
Mike,
leaving them here.
pick them up because I keep wearing them and I think they're bad sunglasses.
They're terrible. I don't know why you would buy them.
But a reason to go check out the video version if
Yeah.
you're an audio listener. And you
Yeah.
can rate my sunglasses out of 4.
0.
On any scale that would have hurt.
Guys,
I could have been like, rate them out of 1 and you said 0. I'd have
we
been
have
like,
something
fuck you.
so important to talk about.
Yeah, Mike, pick up your fucking
No,
glasses.
we both decided in the planning, it says it on the board, that we were supposed to talk about this huge thing that's happening
Yeah,
straight away.
I know.
So that people, everyone hears it. And nowhere on the board does it say Mike's sunglasses.
I know, and it shows because they're still here. So, Mike, if you could pick them up,
Yeah.
that would be great.
That would be great.
But guys, we have big ass news. Thick
huge,
news.
big fat booty news.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. Like,
Fat
you ever see a
booty
6ix9ine
news.
film clip? That's how big the news is. Huge asses.
Covered in sprinkles.
Yeah, that's
Did you
right.
see that one?
That was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like her ass. It seemed like real. We're getting sidetracked. Guys, we have huge news. Should we?
I know
want
what
to
the news
announce
is.
You announce it.
Well, we can both announce
On
it.
3?
Yeah, all right. 3, 2, 1. We're
We
getting
are
a brand
leaving
new studio.
Frankston.
That's not the news. We're getting a brand new studio. That's the cool news.
Is mildly exciting. Guys, this is our final week in Frankston.
No, next week we have a new. Hey,
Even
what?
Keelan's excited about it and he lives here.
You live here. This is not
Yeah.
your last week.
But he gets to temporarily escape now.
Yeah, true. It's Ruben and Luke's final week in Frankston. Me and Keelan just get to see the sights twice
Mate.
a week now.
I was driving down the freeway. I saw the graffiti and I went, I won't miss it.
Really?
Yeah,
You're
there
not
was
going to miss the threatening aura of Frankston?
There was something like I had fond memories of the warehouse for
Yeah.
some reason
Yeah.
of that place, and I don't know. I have no I do have some fun memories. Like the 24-hour live stream was
Yeah.
so much fun, but I won't miss living in fear.
I think for some reason, the warehouse was objectively worse and more dangerous.
Yes,
But I kind of missed it a little
I
bit.
missed the hard style coming through the walls.
Yeah,
I
the
missed
audible farts.
the Russian farts.
Yeah.
Guys, next week is 1 year
Vodka
since we
farts.
were last in the warehouse together.
Oh, really?
So we've
and
done a
we're
year in
starting off
Frankston.
in what will be. Yes, it is a new studio, but it's also even though we've done the show at a radio and a warehouse and in Frankston, this is going to be our first studio.
Yeah,
If you think about it.
the show, we'll be honest, is going to transition into a strange period of,
Oh my
Good-
God, this
of
looks good.
good.
What's going on?
and don't worry, I'm still not sure how to feel about it either.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. The new studio looks fucking phenomenal.
Yes.
It's one of those things where Lewis and I have a great ability to weasel our way into
yeah.
mainly you, business
I'm
deals.
the networking sultan.
You are. You can't socialize for shit, but if you want to get something out of someone, you're very likable.
Yeah, it's like I'll be like, you can't get me to go to your birthday party or hang out with you, but if I'm in LA for 10 days, I will meet Joe Rogan.
Yeah. You're just good at that kind of stuff, and we've weaseled ourselves into what essentially was the long-term plan of this show when we were on Triple M Modern Digital, like the first version of Luke and Lewis.
Yeah.
Because we wanted the studio and
and the resources and just the facilities and to not be in a garage.
So now we're essentially on radio, but we're not.
We're not on radio.
We're not on radio. Okay. That was a
You know,
terrible way to put it.
We're absolutely not on radio. No.
But what I'm saying is the studio quality and the resources and the quality. Again,
I will say this: visually wise, our set is literally going to be top 3 in the country.
Spicy.
Absolutely. Like we're not like, we don't have curtains. We're not like in a cool space that has good lights. We have built a set from the ground up, designed by us and some professional set designers that designed like the project set and a bunch of other TV, like proper set designers with us. We've created the perfect Luke and Lewis podcast set, what we wanted from day one. And that starts next week.
Hey!
Which is amazing.
And this is that thing we were saying months ago. We're working on something big. And remember always leaving to go early, and we've been doing meetings since like November.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming for us. So, but we never said anything because...
We're very excited about it.
Yeah, you guys imagine if you guys had to wait as long as we did, because it was getting frustrating.
Oh, yeah, because I think this was supposed to happen months ago, and then COVID.
It was supposed to happen at the start of the year, and then COVID pushed everything back.
But what we want from you guys is you guys are you guys are like the foot soldiers, the ones who were here before the studio, because this is huge news, and it's a big kind of collaboration with some people that you've definitely heard of, which we will announce next week. And we just want you guys to spread the word for next week. Like, if you have a friend who you want to check out the episode, get ready on next Tuesday, next Thursday, when we're in the brand new studio. We want you guys sharing everything, sharing our new set.
And if they say no, I'm not going to look at that. Don't be their friend.
Yeah, because we want to make
You're
some noise.
better
with
off
this,
without them.
and those people who are naysayers are dorks and losers.
Yes.
Now, I obviously this is a huge announcement for us, but this isn't breaking news, because the announcement of this studio was made a couple of days ago on the Future of Social Media Vero. I did announce this days ago on the Future of Social Media.
No one has messaged us about it.
Luke and I have been very conscious
Has he got
about
any likes?
I posted a couple of days ago. I wrote, happy to announce on the Future of Social Media that Luke and Lewis is moving out of Frankston, and we're building a brand new podcast set that isn't in a shithole for once. A couple of days ago, 0 likes, 0 comments. So it's the future of social media. It's not the present. In the future, it's going to take off. So you guys can check that out. And for all breaking news, Vero is
You've been saying Vero's the future of social media for 3 years now. And it's 2021. This is the future. And
well, look, okay.
This is the future that you described in 2017.
Look, I'm you know me, I think long term, all right? I'm talking about the future, like 2030 is, I think, when Vero really takes off. Right now, it's just kind of me on there.
Someone clip that, put it in a time vault, set an alarm, all right? Because there is no chance Vero will... No.
Well, it's a good community. Like, I announced our big secret days earlier. No one leaked it.
But there was no community.
Well, okay, look. Well, debatable. Up for debate. Vero's the future, and we've got a brand new set, and that's happening next week, and we're very excited about it.
Legitimately exciting.
Really, really cool. We've been in there like all last week with builders and painters and lighting people and all that kind of stuff. It kicks off next week, and we want you guys to help us spread the word about that when it launches. We'll have a bunch of content coming out and episodes and all this. We want you guys to help us spread the word about our brand new set, which is going to do big poos on everyone else's set.
Oh, yeah.
Tom and Frenchie are gonna have to upgrade that green screen,
Oh, yeah. Throwing shade. Yeah.
It looks good, but it is a green screen.
Yeah. Neil Cole hat car, more like Neil Cole, have you seen our new set, dude?
Yeah.
Upgrade it.
That's right.
I'm trying to think of someone else for the podcast.
Can't think of anyone because I can only think about our new set.
Yeah, same. That's all I'm thinking about.
That's right.
And I can actually say this.
Yeah.
It's better than Joe Rogan's set.
Probably.
But no one really liked his new set.
Yeah. That's not much of an achievement, but it is you know what it is? It's a set. And that says a lot in this country. It's an actual set.
Yeah.
So we're excited
Very cool.
about it. And we want to see you there on episode 1 in the new set.
And
All
by
right?
the way, the content will absolutely not change. The environment around us will be different, but it'll have Frankston energy. I want you
think
guys
it'll
to
be-
know that.
I think it'll be
Because
great.
he's still on the show.
I'm still here, and I think it'll be
Lewis
good.
is still a co-host.
It's just, you know what? It's going to bring a little bit of radio back into the show in the sense that we'll have access to kind of resources and a space that's just for creative.
No. Sure, that's not really the reason why I will bring radio back. The reason why it'll feel a little bit like radio again is because we'll have bosses to fuck with.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about.
Bosses
'cause
with big money. We're definitely
we've
going,
been our own boss for years, and it's so boring. It's like, because then we just fuck with each other. Oh, I invested $1,000, and I go, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
But investing $1,000 of not our money as a
Yeah.
team, way more fun.
really good. So we'll be doing that. What?
Can we tell them about the uniform?
The uniform?
I have a proposed uniform.
Well, I don't know about this.
Can I tell them? Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. We obviously. So we'll reveal more next week. But the place
I'll reveal one thing.
The place we're moving into. It's a big, fancy warehouse. Nice, smooth floors. It used to be.
So it was an old car showroom. It's not really a warehouse. There's glass windows. I wouldn't call that a warehouse.
Yeah.
We've been in a warehouse.
It's you know what it is? It's a warehouse in a wealthy district.
Sure.
So
no Russian farts, zero hard
Unfortunately,
style. It's
no
actually
crime.
soundproof.
yeah, haven't seen a drug deal happening outside yet, and there's no guard dogs that bark at you
No.
just yet.
Yeah.
There is a bathtub.
There's
And
a
a double
bath
shower.
There's a bathtub and a double shower in there. That'll give you like a little bit of an incentive.
And a fireplace. It's fancy.
It is very fancy.
But one thing that I wanted to propose for the team was a work uniform.
Yeah.
Now you're probably thinking, but look, this is a casual workplace. You know, I want to wear my Ninja Turtles top, and that's cool, man.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
I do think that a lot.
I want us to have a uniform from the ankles down.
I'm
Oh.
not wearing Vans.
That's fine.
Good.
I'm wearing Vans.
Oh, so am I. We're wearing the same Vans.
Nice.
That's terrible that 50% of the feet in this warehouse
Yeah.
have Vans.
What are you wearing, Ruben? Like fucking vegan
Skechers.
They're like fair trade.
vegan
Vans.
sketches.
Fair trade Vans?
Vegan
That's very
Skechers.
funny. Oh, I don't want my shoes made by children. All right. Boring.
Grow up, just like those kids probably.
They need
never
jobs,
will.
mate.
Okay, sorry.
Who's going to
guys.
employ them?
That's a good point.
Prick.
Look at this guy. I'm out here giving kids jobs.
I know.
He's taking them away.
I'm supporting local business in the Philippines. All right.
That's
What are
right.
you doing for the Philippines? Nothing. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm a hero. I'll do you one better than Vans.
Okay.
I was thinking for the whole team,
Yeah.
matching team Heelys.
Yes. I like
Yeah.
that.
And pretty sure you can get orange ones, so it will be show themed.
Okay. Oh, like the same pair.
We all wear
for
the
all
same,
of us.
and because we'll be in a new office space.
We need to make a first impression.
Yes. And they'll be like, oh, who are these new Luke and Lewis guys? And Keelan and Ruben, like, you know, they'll have to make an impression. They'll have to
Yeah.
make a splash.
Yeah.
Because these guys they're big dogs. We're the little,
Yeah.
we're small fish in a big pond going to this new place. But if you can, you know, I was about to say walk into the office. If you can roll on in
Yeah.
and be like, on the way past, they'll be like, oh, these guys have style.
Yeah.
Not much
And
style.
grace. And
but
grace,
it's
because
our
we'll be
style.
gliding.
Yeah.
They'll look at us and go, are these guys got Heelys?
Oh, they don't even fucking walk.
Yes.
They're
Do
cool.
you need to explain what Heelys is for some people?
It's shoes that have wheels on them, but are not rollerblades.
But you can kick them out.
Yeah.
Like you can go and kick out your wheels and then choose to roll, and then you can kick them back in
Yeah.
if you want to walk like a normie.
If you were in
Like
grade 3, you'd love them.
I've never used them, so I might
Me
have to
neither.
practice.
There's also a ramp.
We'll have to have a practice day. Should we get helmets too? There is a ramp.
Yeah.
We could do
You
Healy
can practice
tricks.
down there. Oh yeah, I'll be doing a kickflip.
Yeah, I'll
I'm not
I'll
really
make
sure
sure
how you do that in Healy, but I'll figure it out.
I'll ring the boss and make sure he has insurance for injuries on site.
I will be suing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good first impression. Is rolling in on Heelys.
Breaking your neck, then suing them.
Yes, that's good. We'll take
Strong.
you for the money for the set and everything else you got. That is good.
We didn't pay a cent. We have weaseled our way into a ripper deal.
Oh, you guys are gonna be very impressed.
You'll be impressed with us because this set is amazing and it's come at no expense to us.
Zero expense. I thought weaseling our way into radio was good.
Yeah.
This is like, this is a real like evolution of the networking
Yeah.
skills displayed
Yeah.
by us. It's good.
Yeah, drop 15 grand and make zero return.
Yeah.
And we go, thank you very much.
Well, now I hope they don't listen to this,
Huh?
Because they feel very confident in our show growing,
No,
and
but-
you've just said you're going to make nothing in return.
but that is how much I'm convinced they don't listen to our show. So I'm not even sure why they've built us the set.
Well, I think they see a lot of potential in us, and a lot of that
I think-
potential was influenced by how much potential I said we had. So this is good. A nice little scam to start off the year.
That's
We're
been
in.
the show's energy since day one is like, how far can we take this?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of talent happening here, but there's a lot of ambition and drive.
You know what? I think.
And support that gets reciprocated back from our audience.
Oh, I mean, we have so many people on Patreon that support the show, and please do jump on board because we might have gotten a set for free, but we haven't gotten a cent. So that still only comes from you.
Yeah.
And your support.
Yeah, essentially, we're not doing any better, but we will be giving off the illusion that we are.
We will. You know what? You know
ruined it
what
now.
our set's like. You know when a guy like who's really broke, maybe he gets hit by a car and it's the taxi driver's fault, and he sues the taxi company. And he gets like $600.
Just like I'll be doing with the Heelys.
Yeah, he gets $600, and he's like, I could put this into rent or food or my future, or I could buy a Gucci belt. That's what we've done with our set.
Yes.
Is we're basically like an impoverished person with a Gucci belt.
Yep.
We're going to be the best looking, least successful podcast in the country.
And what's the name for that? Lewis Spears. An
that's right.
impoverished person with 3 Gucci belts.
No, I've only got 2. I could work my way up to 3 if you like. I could spend my Heely money on another belt.
Nope. I think we'll do Heelys. By the way, Heelys are not cheap, so please support us on Patreon.
Yeah,
I looked
how
them
much
up.
are adult Heelys?
They're like about $120 each.
That's kind of cheap for a shoe,
Yeah,
though.
that's just a shoe.
A shoe with a wheel in it. That's kind of cheap. I'm suspicious.
Wait till you see it. You'll be like, geez, that's pretty expensive.
You'll be like, that's mostly wheel, isn't it? That
Yeah.
you're paying for.
Yeah. But
You know what? That's really expensive.
Man, the last experience I've just remembered.
Yeah.
Can we get a good boy for that? Do we still have the good boy sound
I'm
effect?
not sure.
There was a few. We don't have it anymore.
What?
We lost the sound effect. There was a lot of.
Sound effect of the year.
There was
Can't
some
get rid of it.
sound offs last
last
week
year.
saying that we lacked good boy in the show, and I
Yeah.
agreed with that sound off. But looks like the sound off.
Well,
Oh, we've switched Radio Mic 2.0s.
yeah, Lewis made it.
That's
and then
right.
Lewis made it and then couldn't find it again.
Oh, it's somewhere.
Can we get a live one for that?
Good boy.
Right.
Great.
Oh, you did it like the same.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Almost like he recorded it.
That might be him, I think.
That's pretty good.
That's cool. You're the good boy guy.
Well, I think is there anything else to say about that? More information to come.
I was going to say, this is just a quick sidebar. I've just had a flashback to my last experience with Heelys,
Yeah.
which was getting a dirty look from a stranger in a supermarket once
Yeah.
because I saw like an 8-year-old girl with Heelys on
Yeah.
and she wheeled past me and I went, fuck.
Yeah, that's. I mean, is that your experience with Heelys, or is that you looking at a child and going, "Fuck"?
I wasn't looking at the child. I was looking at her fucking kicks, dude, because
Yeah.
she was rolling down the milk aisle.
Fine, I wasn't looking at the girl. I was looking at her feet.
Dude, because that doesn't make it worse. Oh, sorry, it does make it better. But then Meg next to me straight away, Meg, she knew exactly what I was talking about. She goes, "Oh, Heelys," because you know why? Oh, and then I got the thought, dude, I'm gonna go shopping after work now because imagine healing with the trolley.
Yes,
You wouldn't have to walk anymore.
That is good.
Damn.
That's cool.
It'd be
These
so.
aren't exclusively work uniforms, are they?
I will be practicing.
You have to take
with
them off when you
outside.
leave.
No.
No,
You have to take them off when you leave because if Heelys are used outside of the office, all of a sudden work becomes that much less cool.
No,
It needs to be special.
even better. So you agree they're only to be worn at work
specifically at the new studio.
because I was
Got him. Owned.
Coles could have been now a work expense.
And the Coles around the corner from the studio.
Yes, a little bit of fun at Coles. A little bit of Coles fun.
Yeah, a little bit of fun.
Now, Keelan, happy birthday. It was your 21st. We
Wow.
celebrated on the weekend.
We didn't do speeches.
Oh, what the
It wasn't
hell?
really a 21st.
Yes, it was. He
With
turned
8
21
people?
and then he had a birthday party.
I paid for all my drinks.
I didn't pay for a single one. I did pay for the Uber there, though. Which is bullshit.
We celebrated your 21st. It wasn't like a 21st where you like hired a venue and your auntie was there. It was,
Yeah.
10 of us having a fun night. We went to some karaoke,
Yeah.
which was a highlight.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? Really unexpected highlight. I've never been to karaoke, and I've in true Lewis Spears fashion, always trashed it despite never experiencing
You've
it.
been
Should
quite vocal
mention-
in the past.
What should we mention?
Should mention the only reason we went to karaoke is because I wanted short stack.
Oh, that's right.
that's
Keelan,
right.
we're at this bar, which is just like a nice kind of fancy bar. It's not a club.
Yeah, it's like
not,
on Flinders Street, like 35-year-old plus type demographic.
Yeah, Keelan starts going on about short stack for some reason. I don't know why. He starts getting obsessed with short stack. He goes, I want them to play short stack. I said, mate, no one plays short
This
stack.
is like the emo Australian band from Sydney from like 2010.
Yeah, I checked
Short
that.
stack
You know,
doesn't play short stack.
I know. Dude, Whitey, the guy who we're with, who's, he gets mentioned on our show a lot, he's a friend of ours. He's so old. He has kids. He's so old. He thought we were talking about pancakes. Like, legitimately
Yeah.
was confused when he's like requesting short stack and he's like looking at the menu going, man, I don't think they serve pancakes.
that's so funny. Yeah, I actually looked it up on Spotify. Their monthly listeners are only people that accidentally, clicked on Spotify, but they were searching for the nearest pancake parlor.
This is how, like, look, I don't want to try short stack, but
Well, I do.
yeah, Ebony, our old radio producer,
Yeah.
once begged Keelan and I to go to a short stack concert with her, and even I said no. And
Yeah.
I've openly been to Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy in
What
the
song
past.
do they have?
Sway, sway, baby.
So they have
And what
planets
planet are you
from? And they have princess. Princess.
No,
why
I don't
you
recognize
so
any of this. See, that's how you know.
Okay, dude, we should have gone.
That's how you know that a band
Yeah.
really hasn't made it. Is that I know their name, and that which means they were pushed in front of everyone's face on TV and radio, but I don't recognize a
Yeah, man.
single song.
They ripped Fed Square Sunrise back in the day.
We listened to
Yeah.
a lot of short stack on the tour last year.
Yeah, that's right.
Keelan
didn't
and I were
recognize
playing
any
them
of
in the
it.
motorhome almost every day.
And obviously,
It was
despite
awesome.
that, I've immediately forgotten them like everybody else.
But yeah, so anyway,
Poor
then
short stack. They're getting a ripping on this episode. We should get them on the show.
I think they're cool. Wait, Sean Divney, I know their names. I'm lying. I was a fan back in the day. I know the
Of
lead
course
singer's
you
name.
were, yeah.
Actually,
as
one
soon
of
as you said, yeah, they're like a bad emo band, I'm like, you loved it.
yes.
Can we try and get an exclusive interview with them?
Well, we can't now. You just
Not
called
now.
them bad on
Yeah,
the show.
for about 5 minutes.
I'll reach out.
Okay, good. Thank you. I'd
Yeah,
love
thanks,
that.
mate.
One of my favorite songs, actually, of the last decade is Television.
Oh, that's right.
One of the only songs they've released without their label.
Yeah.
Yeah, so independently, a great band.
Hey,
Sony.
Boys, this chat sucks.
What do you mean?
This-
There's
we-
someone loving this right now.
No. We were gonna.
It's-
We were
all right,
gonna,
it's me.
We brought
I
up. We
was the
brought up
person.
short stack to get to a funny point, and we got lost discussing short stack's career. This sucks.
Anyone 15 in 2008 is loving this.
Okay, yeah, but that sucks. All right.
They were
so
like
let's
cool
get to the
on
fun-
MySpace,
Look,
bro.
all right, I'll tell the story. Keelan gets obsessed with short stack. Goes, I want to listen to short stack. So he goes up to the bar and goes, oh, can you play some short stack? And the guy behind the bar goes, we don't do pancakes. And he goes, no, the band. And he goes, who? And then he goes, they're on Spotify. Can you play short stack? And then we all start going, it's his birthday. It's his birthday. Short stack, short stack, short stack. And this is not a bar you should be chanting in.
No.
Very quiet, have dinner with mum and dad, and maybe work drinks.
Yep.
It's not that type of bar. But I think that what's really great about our work culture is that we are always those guys at the bar.
Yep.
And if you're not those guys at the bar, you don't have real friends.
But we don't take no for an answer in regards to short stack.
Yeah.
Consent is great, but when someone denies you from short stack, Now that's a whole
Wait,
other
are you
thing.
saying that if the opportunity arose, you would rape one of the members from Short Stack?
No, I'm saying I would force a bar member to play it over the PA.
Okay, good. Just making it clear, because now we can definitely not have them on our show.
Oh, now we can. I've made it very clear that that's not the case.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone was thinking that.
No.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Okay.
Great.
It's
So,
out.
good, because it was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's out.
Then we rushed to a karaoke bar because we weren't taking no for an answer. We wanted Short Stack. We walked about a kilometer across the city, went to the first karaoke bar. We realized they wanted us to pay $50 each for a private booth. I laughed at the lady's face, and I think I was pretty drunk. I think I said out loud, "You want me to pay to sing a song that's on here?" And I pointed at my phone, and she said yes, and I laughed, and we walked out, and Whitey said, "You shouldn't," and whatever.
Very rude.
Very rude.
That's like just going into any business, asking for the thing they provide, and then going, "You want me to pay for that?"
No.
Very rude.
But we then went 100 meters away and found a free karaoke bar, so I was correct.
That was disgusting and shit.
But I was correct. It's
Which is kind of what we wanted, though.
yeah, well, that's exactly what we wanted. It was definitely more fun because there was a guy wearing a bowling shirt who looked exactly like Troy Bolton.
I look.
High School
I
Musical.
was talking about this on my podcast. I've been a big advocate of going to things by yourself. Going to karaoke by yourself sucks
No, it's
and ruins it for everyone else. I think.
Yeah, there was
There were
a few people there alone.
I think there were 3 people that were there before us and after us that were definitely by themselves, and they just started. One guy was all right and was kind of like
Having a chat.
He was bringing the vibes up heaps. The dude in the bowling shirt, to the point where me and Jazz started this conspiracy theory that he worked there to keep the vibes going so that people wouldn't leave. Because we noticed that every time there was like a natural lull when a bum song came on, or just one group sat down to have drinks,
he would get up
kind
there
of get up
and
there,
fill the void.
and he would start going like this, like moving his hands, going, "Yeah, sing, sing."
Yeah.
And then I started looking. I'm like, that guy must work here to keep the vibes going.
I've never seen a guy who's been that 40 and also that into High School Musical.
Yeah.
When he was singing "We're All in This Together," and by the second verse, I was like, "We are."
Yeah, I was
felt
looking at the dude, and despite being like really quite large, wearing a bowling shirt and balding, the top of his head was so shiny, and the rest of him was so round. I actually thought for a minute he was a bowling ball, but then upon further reflection, watching him sing all those High School Musical songs, I was like, "That's not a bowling ball. That's Zac Efron."
It is Zac Efron. Yeah, people. He's come down from Byron to
Yeah.
come to a Japanese karaoke place.
Really killing
at
it.
1:30 a.m.
And look, boys, as soon as you guys were like, "Let's go to karaoke,"
You were off it.
I was like, "I'm gonna leave." Ruben left.
He did.
Oh, well, I didn't even go to karaoke. I
Ruben
wasn't there for
left
that.
before me,
I
which
mean,
is shocking.
We were chanting Short Stack. That's fair.
Well, yeah, I heard you talk about karaoke, and I thought that's my cue to leave.
You were
I
like,
think you
you were
would've
like,
liked
what?
it.
Fun with my friends? Yuck.
Have you ever gone to karaoke?
No, I was invited once in Beijing.
Yeah. Well, that's where you should do it. That's Asian
Well-
karaoke. They invented it.
I think it's Japanese. It's definitely not Chinese.
Well, I didn't know the people. Long story. I sat down to tea with some people that I just met
Yeah.
because I was white, so they came up to me
Oh, you are so boring.
and hang on.
And you didn't go out with them?
I had a plane to catch,
Oh, okay. That's fine.
and also they stung me like $80 for tea.
Oh, they were scam artists.
I
you
don't think so. That's how much it cost, and then anyway,
For a white person, $80 for tea.
yeah, maybe I don't know.
Really?
It was
What was in the tea?
I don't know. Also, there was a bit of
Heroin.
alcohol, and I couldn't say. I was like, I don't really want it, but I can't say no.
Right.
And so they gave me the alcohol, and the server came. It was like $80, and I was like, "Excuse me." And then they were like, "Karaoke," and I was like, "I'm good. I don't know these people."
Could have just said, nah, I've never done it.
You know what, Ruben?
You asked.
You know what?
You
know
asked.
what, mate?
He
How dare
asked.
you?
Hey.
How dare you?
Hey,
I will turn this episode off.
hey.
Yeah.
On him.
That was a lull. All right, never do it again.
Unbelievable. I think there's going to be a lot of comments saying, "Wow, I love that Beijing story, Ruben."
Yeah, okay.
That was
Well,
really
you're saying that
entertaining."
so you get a lot of comments. I think there's going to be a lot of comments that say that story sucked. I'm glad for the horn.
It was a fine story. You guys weren't
And that's
into
the
it.
problem with it. It was fine. You know, it wasn't bad.
You
It was
asked
fine.
me about the thing.
Yeah, and you should have gone, long story, had to catch a fly, and we would have gone, right, let's get back to short stack or calling the...
See, there was another story that
Disrespectful.
I'm still not
that's
going
right.
to tell,
Yeah.
but I've chosen not to tell on the podcast because we all decided you had to be there. And then Keelan also decided it wasn't even funny being there.
Okay. well, now...
But I
now-
haven't told
okay,
it.
Now, okay.
And I won't.
think I would like...
I won't.
You know what, Luke?
I refuse.
You know what, mate?
Do not lull me.
Yes, because you are now talking about a story that wasn't good enough for the show
Fine.
and deciding not to put it on the show.
I'm
So
gonna-
you honk yourself. for that.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm not going to tell the story.
No, you can tell the story. Don't honk yourself.
No, I think you
There's
should.
no way I'm hugging myself. I'm going to tell the story and I'll see if the story is good
Oh,
enough.
fuck. But if there's a lull in this, I'll participate. But if there is a lull, I want 2 honks.
It's a short
I'm going
story.
to give this story the same energy you guys gave me on my story.
You know what, Ruben? I agree.
Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you.
that's a fair reaction.
Keelan and I had a running race where we did a crouch start in the street. We ran for 15 meters and then Keelan stopped with a halt and yelled quite loudly in the street. My balls hurt when I run and I laughed.
That's a pretty good. Hey, he laughed.
No, I laughed at the honk because
Yeah.
it was a deserved
Yeah,
honk.
that sucked.
Yeah.
Guys, do we deserve a
Well,
new
that's
studio?
why. That's why I did.
I'm
say
glad
earlier
we're
that
getting
I'm-
this. glad we're getting all this out before we move
But
into
to
the new
be
studio.
fair-
Because when we move into the studio, that might be the only episode they listen to.
To be fair, I'm glad we all had the self-awareness to not do that on the show. We
Yeah.
did, but I want you to know that we weren't planning on it. It came up. Lewis, what's your ideal nut fantasy?
Macadamia.
Smooth.
Yeah. Oh, balls.
Balls,
Definitely
man.
trimmed. Not super close, not hairless, but a nice trim.
Yes.
5 o'clock shadow on my nuts. That's
Exactly.
what I love.
Now, if you wanted to save money and have a nice trim,
Yeah.
where would you go to?
A nice trim and a nice rim. I would go to manscaped.com, but maybe I wanted like 20% off. And then I was like, oh, that's still not enough. What would really sell it for me is free shipping.
Free shipping.
What could I do?
Yeah. You could use the code SOUNDOFF20, which is our podcast code,
Yeah.
to get that for you.
Really?
For yourself.
And
or a friend.
or a friend.
If you care about your friend's nuts, you do it for him.
That's right.
It's actually a good
Actually,
gift.
I have a great story. This will be before we talk about the strip club.
Hang on.
But
is
it-
it about balls?
It is,
Because
it
this
is.
is the sponsored segment.
And this is a great plug.
Okay.
It has to be about balls.
Manscaped.com.
Pubes? Is that okay if it's about pubes?
Yeah, all right. Okay. I'll
We're at-
allow it.
We're at this strip club and a girl is talking to Devlin
Yeah.
and touches his crotch through the pants and goes, "What kind of pubes do you have? Similar to your hair." And he goes,
What the fuck? Is that
What?
like a sales pitch? What kind of pubes do you have similar to your hair?
"Yeah, oh, nice brown and curly." And then she looks at me, she didn't touch me, and goes, "What kind of pubes do you have?" And I said, "I'm not sure. I have a subscription to Manscaped. I
Did you
use
say
code
that, sir?
SOUNDOFF20. Yes.
Good.
That's good.
Always on the sell.
And then she goes, "Ooh, Manscaped. Very good. You're well ahead of your time." Because she knew it was my birthday.
Great.
So-
what type of pubes did she have?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think
Ask Devlin.
ask Devlin, yeah.
That is awesome. And that's how much we believe in Manscaped is that we will tell strippers. Or Keelan will.
Yeah. And she agreed. Sound off 20, guys. Manscaped, get the lawnmower
3.0.
3.0.
Not the lawnmower. That's old news.
Yeah.
Not the lawnmower 2.0 either. That's done. That's
3.0.
old tech. The 3.0.
Revenge
It's
of
great.
the mower
That's right. Get it.
to end the trilogy.
We use it and we approve of it and it supports the show. Soundoff20, manscaped.com. Enjoy the heinous tales to come. Guys, so we're at karaoke and there were 3 people there by themselves. One guy was all right. He was just there to bring everyone's vibe up. There was another guy that was there and he just attached himself to our group and it was very strange. And he kept like yelling in my ear and spitting on my face.
I
And
was-
I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get COVID. Leave me alone.
In an
Who are
attempt to try and back you up in the conversation, I was quite rude and actually apologized to the guy.
Yeah, you were so rude that you hurt his feelings and had to apologize.
Yes.
Which I was against. Not the hurting of
You
feelings,
laughed.
the apology.
You laughed when I said the thing, though.
Oh no, I said
did
I
you
was
say?
against the apology.
The guy
Yeah.
was like to Lewis, "Oh, you're quite tall. How tall are you?" And then he goes 6'8", and I've heard this conversation happen
Here's what I
so
did.
many
You-
times, and I'm not even him. I'm just around him
I
a
was
lot.
giving this guy real bit because he'd been hanging around for ages. And look, he was a nice guy, but we were there to celebrate Keelan's birthday. and
Not
we didn't know who he was.
Yep.
He wasn't a fan. He was just a stranger who attached themselves to our thing and was weird.
Can I say, before we move on, I thought he was a fan, and you guys told him that it was my 21st, and he said, I'll buy you whatever drink you want. So I thought of the most expensive cocktail I could.
Did he buy it?
He bought it, and then how disrespectful is this?
I watched this happen.
He gives it to me, and I sculled it.
He bought Keelan a drink so like they could have a drink together. I watched it happen. He comes over with, because he bought one for himself too, so he spent twice as much money. He comes over, and this is after you were so rude to him that you had to apologize. He comes over with 2 drinks, gives it to Keelan, and Keelan goes, thanks man, sculls it straight away, and then the guy watches him do it, and then Keelan gives him the empty glass back.
That's so fucking rude.
And Meg was next to me, and she was like, you can't do that. That's so rude.
And then he was just kind of sat there next to Keelan, and then Keelan gets up to go, dance. It was like, you know what? But you know what? That's what girls do and should do to creepy dudes that hit on them and they're not into it. They go, thanks, skull, leave. That's what should happen. I felt like we were getting hit on, and we just weren't having any of it. You be him, and I'll show you. Because if you come up to me and want to be friends, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if someone gives you the signal that it's like, it's not happening, you need to recognize the signal, and then
you were giving him like so much.
Let's reenact it.
Oh, okay, I'm being him.
Yeah, it might be a bit visual, but let's reenact it. So initially,
or already I'm not close enough.
Yeah,
like I'd have to be on you.
Yeah, you, and also let's
pretend I'm whispering in his ear.
Let's reenact it minus you spitting on my face.
Okay. Hey, what are you guys up to tonight? I'm just here by myself.
Oh, we're just hanging out.
Oh, cool.
And then I face away.
And then
Start talking to Jazz.
And then he goes, all right, man. Well, hey, are you guys in the same group? Oh, well, man, I was just saying that I'm here. And then he did that to every single person. So then eventually he asked Lewis, how tall are you?
I go,
Lewis turns around and goes, 6'8". And then back to the conversation that he was having. And then the guy was like, cool. And then he goes, and he said the thing, and you never say the thing.
No.
He goes, oh. And by the way, wasn't trying to be funny. Do you play basketball? You turned around and went, no. I then go to him. I go,
but this sounds rude, but he'd been hovering for like 10 minutes before this.
And I think I was just frustrated because I actually couldn't hang out with my friends.
Yes.
Because he was actually in the way.
Yeah.
So I was taking out a bit of why you hear frustration on him.
Yeah.
And I go, now was that good?
No, you go.
No.
Hey,
I do it again.
Was that good?
Yeah. I tapped him on the shoulder. I made him turn around to me and I said, was that good? And then he goes, sorry, what do you mean? And I go, as in like, was that an original thought?
That's so rude.
It was really rude.
really
And then I
rude.
saw the look in his face go, and I went, oh, no, I'm joking, man. That's just like an in-joke I have with him because a lot of people ask him if he plays basketball. And he goes, oh, man, dude, thank you so much for clearing that up, brother. I really appreciate it. He goes, I'm glad we can move forward from this. And I went, there's no way. Stop talking to me.
What?
But you missed this, right? Then you kind of felt guilty and walked away. And then I was like, okay, if he doesn't get the hint now, he's never going to get it. He then he whispers in my ear, he goes, man, you've got it all. I was like, sorry? He goes, you're tall, you've got good looks, you're dressed well, like no homo, but you've got it all. And I went, pretty homo, hey. And he went, and I went, yeah, man. And then turned around again.
Poor guy.
Not poor guy. He was annoying and spat in my face.
Yeah.
Heaps. I don't know. I think that sounds a lot ruder because it was rude, but it was after about 10 minutes of like clear, polite signals
think-
of, we're trying to
And he
be
kept
friends."
dancing with us.
Oh, man. He came over.
I think you meant well.
He did mean well.
He meant well.
He meant well, but
thought he
he
was
came
nice.
over.
We were the arseholes in the situation. I just want to point
But
that out.
sometimes you have to be if you just
Sure.
want to hang out with your mates.
But between the three of us,
Yeah.
we were collectively all the bad guys in the situation. You were an asshole, I was an asshole, and so were you.
But that we
You
had
called
to go
him gay.
We had because he was being gay. He spat in my face and told me I was sexy. After I'd been real clear of like, I don't want to talk to you. He's like, I'll get him with this one. I want to fuck you. Go away. He came up to me while we were dancing. This one part of the song comes up.
You make
and
me look like such a better person.
he grabs my vest. I looked at him. I wanted to go, that's $1,000. Go away.
Is it really?
I saw that happen.
Dude,
yeah.
some girl...
I saw him grab your vest.
Did you see how angry I was?
Yeah.
Dude, some girl came up to Lewis and goes, oh, you have a nice vest. So Lewis quickly grabs me and goes, she likes my vest.
No, I didn't do that. I said, repeat it in front of him.
And then she goes, I like his vest. And I go, yeah, but you don't like the turtleneck though. And she goes, no, I don't. And Lewis went,
Can't win them all. Can't win them all. That's even.
Yeah.
She goes, I like your vest. And I says, it's a gilet actually. And she goes, I like your vest. She goes, it elevates you above everyone else. And I was like, I think she was just saying I'm tall. That might be the height. But no, it was a fun night, a surprisingly fun night, despite the rudeness that we had to exude to one dude. He left, and then because Keelan was punching him, and then
he wasn't.
no, we absolutely would not get into a fucking fight over a guy we don't want to talk to. Keelan would, but we wouldn't. Yeah. Agreed. No, it was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. You were so worried about me hating it. You came up to me multiple times when I was enjoying myself sitting with Jazz. You came up to me multiple times at different points in about half an hour.
I feel like I have to check on you.
You come to check if I'm having fun. And 3 times in a row you said, leave, go home, because you judged that I wasn't having enough fun.
Of course.
I was having fun.
People were messaging me on Instagram saying, why is Lewis having fun? Tell him to go home. Like people, because you were enjoying yourself and people didn't know how to react. And people also contacted me how apparently at one point in the past on Spearhead Sundays, your podcast, you were vocal to the point of, I think, throwing death threats at people who invited you to karaoke. And then you're on stage going, they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. And you're doing these ones when you said the Fahrenheit lyric, you're like,
I got involved.
You would get the little extra with your hands.
There was improvised choreography.
And I think at one point on this podcast, I haven't heard it, but people were saying he actually also said you should never sing Queen either. You did 2 things.
No, and I still agree with this. Here's what I think.
You got roped into it by Jazz. You did.
Yeah, and she chose that song. And also, I think that song's fine. But what you can't do, and one guy, so there was the annoying dude, and then there was the good vibes dude, and then there was the singer dude who was there by himself. There were 3, one annoying guy, one vibes dude, and one singer dude. The worst, right? And I stand by this, and I will say it again. If you go to karaoke to sing...
Yeah.
Go home.
You're weird.
Sing well. We're not,
That's a man.
The Queen song that we chose, it's not really like singing. You know what I mean? There's no long sustained notes in that song.
Yeah, it's not. Somebody to Love is way harder because you have to be like,
if you chose that.
And you're like, oh, you're drawing it out, champion.
Terrible. Yeah.
It's a quicker one.
One guy was there by himself and he got up 3-4 times, which is way more than everyone else. And I heard Vibrato.
I got the vibe that he was like, he'd already done an open mic earlier and he didn't get what he came out for. So he ended the night.
It's my second performance of the night. If you go...
I thought he was going to put out a hat and everyone was going to put in money.
He was really performing and showing off that he could sing. But the thing is, he could sing far better than everyone else in karaoke, but he couldn't sing well.
But the vibe sucked. Whenever he got up there, everyone would turn around and be like, let's just trying again.
He picked an Elton John song. That wasn't even like one of the famous
He was doing
ones.
Rocket Man. No,
I don't think he did Rocket Man. He did an obscure one that was like real singy. As soon as this was okay, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit and say we were absolutely really rude to a lot of people because as soon as Keelan and I heard Vibrato, we started going, boo! Yeah, he can sing, boo!
You guys I always come out.
We started booing.
I said this to you on the street. They were, your mate Steven thinks it's funny to walk down the street and fist bump people. Like he's still at that level of going out where he's like, I'm drunk and this is a store.
I'll just let him be.
Dude, I go to Lewis, I was like, this is why I have other friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was watching your friends.
I
Lovely
will
guys.
say, we were rude to a few people with just cause, but
Because when I'm with my mates, these nights never end up with me being rude to someone. You guys bring it out of me.
Yeah.
I probably saw you scull a drink and then was like, I wanted to ask this guy if he's ever had an original thought. Like, just bring it out in me.
Going up to strangers and doing the fist bump while you're drunk is the
Not funny.
worst.
It's not a good one.
I've been on the receiving end of that. I'm now ashamed to say that I've been in the group that was doing that. Not around it.
You know what is fun?
What?
When they get a fist pump, everyone in the group cheering.
Everyone? Not
I
me or
hated
Luke.
that more.
That was the fun
I was
part for
hanging
me.
back.
Because that's
with
what every
Lewis.
group does. He's like, that's like literally like primary school excursion, getting the driver to wave.
Yeah.
And we go, sweet
like-
or sour?
It's
Is
the
that what
sweet
it
or
is?
sour game
Yeah.
that you play in the bus. If you get people to wave at the traffic light.
Yeah.
It's that, but you're drunk and you're too old.
Guess we missed it. 10 years late to that game.
But yeah, so this guy gets up and starts singing well, and so we all start booing, which was a good one.
But then we went up there and we were pretty judgy. Then we went up there and sung a party rock anthem.
Which is good. There's no singing in that.
The
Yeah.
night peaked. The whole club peaked.
It actually
when we
did.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely did that. Another good one, which is also quite a rude one that we all started doing, was Keelan. We're all on the dance floor. And there's like
Don't
bunch
group
of
me
different,
into this.
bunch of different groups. Oh, you weren't involved. This was mostly me, Keelan, and some of Keelan's mates. And then us strangers started doing it.
So everyone who lives in Frankston in the
Yeah.
group was doing this one
We
thing.
get on the dance floor, and then Keelan goes, "Oh, something smells like farts." and then I pointed at a stranger, and I go, "I think it was him." And then everyone starts going, "Oh, he farted!
Yeah.
He farted! Ugh, yuck! He farted!" And then all the girls start looking at this guy, and go, "Ugh, did he?" And we go, "He farted! He farted!" And then we start doing it to like
That's no
other
better.
people.
That's on the same level of maturity as fist bumping people in the street.
One guy walked out of the bathroom.
You're
I'd say
no
it's
better.
lower. It's lower, which is more funny.
One guy walked out of the bathroom and we stopped him and went, "You smell like farts."
And he farted! He
You
farted!
guys are such assholes.
Yeah.
I know why you left now.
Yeah, I didn't want to be a part of that. That's mean.
Yeah.
No, they thought it was funny. No, we
Oh.
didn't do it to anyone who wasn't on
This
board with
episode's
it.
absolutely going to be a long one because I have another gripe.
Yeah?
The bouncer fucking sucked.
What do you mean?
Stood there next to the stage of people having fun, singing, dancing all night. And
did see you
I
do
gave him,
something.
no, I gave him the microphone
That sucks.
during like a song, and it was like a bit everyone would knew, and he was like, no. And I was just like, really? And he's like, no. And I go, wow.
I'm on board with that. I'm security guard side.
No,
do you reckon,
sing.
Do you? Hey, Luke,
Have fun.
Luke. Was that a good one?
No, it wasn't supposed to be
Do
funny.
you think anyone's had that thought
The
before?
guy was looking at the fucking ground.
That's his security
I'm like,
guard.
no,
He's
you're not
there to
even
have fun.
securing the area. So it's like, do your job or have fun. Don't just be there.
What you should have
I
done.
felt bad for him. I genuinely
I
felt
felt
bad for him.
when you started giving him the mic to get him to sing. You know what you should have done on that is like, if you are unhappy that he wasn't doing his job, you should have offered him the mic, and if he said no to that, you should go, well, here's something to do, and then just turn to a stranger and started punching on. That would be good. So then he would start
Yeah.
securing the area. Would you be happier with that?
I'm just out here creating jobs, you know? The government's not going to do it. I will.
Guys, upon reflection, we may have been a plague on that bar.
Yeah.
No, it was good fun. Everyone was around.
This is
it.
how much fun I had there. My birthday is next month. I was considering round 2 at the same bar.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Because we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's do it. That was good.
We do have to talk about the last thing we did that night.
Yeah,
You
well,
went-
this is when I checked out because I knew this is where this was going, and everyone who's been a regular listener of the show will know where this is going. And I would like to say it's clearly becoming an issue, and it's spiraling.
We went to the strippers.
And can I say, this wasn't my idea.
Whose idea was it? Devlin's.
It was yours.
No.
No, I said, let's go to Crown KFC.
Ew.
And then
Oh, yeah. No, that's right.
Why the fuck?
I
Okay,
remember.
why would you go? Okay, KFC, sure. Why Crown KFC
20 it's
specifically?
24 hours.
Okay,
And
No,
I was
no.
feeling
Okay, so
some
I remember
wings.
now what happened. Devlin goes to me, let's go strippers. And I go, I don't know, man. I'm pretty tired. Like, let's just go home. And I was actually thinking of going home. And then Keelan goes, let's go to Crown. And I go, ugh. Like, whenever my friends go to Let's Go to Crown, worst night ever. Crown after 2 a.m. Oh, it's the
Yeah,
saddest place
sucks.
in Melbourne.
Yeah.
It's the casino, if you don't know, if you're overseas. It's gross. So I was like, no way. And then Devlin kept on doing strippers. And I was like, well, dude, that sounds like a better alternative than Crown.
Also,
Titties over gambling is where I
potentially
sit.
lose less money.
Well, Devlin, I think
We got there at 2:30 a.m. and Devlin, me, Whitey, and Stephen left at 7 a.m.
That's ridiculous.
I just want to say I left at like 3:30 or 4.
Yeah, so you're there for an hour.
I just
about
want to
for an
say
hour, yeah.
we only stayed because of Devlin. He was spending so much money. We stayed.
Yes, no, Devlin spent so much money that we had to get his permission to reveal how much money he spent. So let's start on the reasonable. How much did you spend, Luke?
$100. We got one lap dance.
$100. And would you say that it's fair that you make probably by far the most money out of that group?
When Whitey makes a lot more money than me. He has a successful business. But Devlin actually works like 2 other jobs, I think, other
so he
than
might be cashed
TikToks.
up,
So maybe he is. I mean, he'd want to be. He spent a lot of money.
Okay.
I found out how much money he spent this morning.
Yeah. And how much did you spend, Keelan? The birthday boy.
I spent 100 and was gifted 100.
Yeah. Okay, so $200.
I would say that's a responsible night at a strip club. And it's also, if you're going to go in there, it's
spend money.
a little rude to not
You have
spend
to spend
money.
You go in there, you need to.
You're going
give
in
the
there
girl
with the
something.
intention of again, and guys, I'll say this once and I'll say it again. I like supporting local business.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to
supporting
support those.
performing arts.
Sex work is real work.
Performing the arts.
And
That's the
after
arts,
COVID
mate.
hit the performing arts
They're
industry hard,
dancers.
You need to.
They're dancers.
Yeah. Just like with when I buy Playboy, I'm there for the articles. When I'm at the strip club, I'm there for the acrobatics.
Exactly.
Okay. So you spent $200. So $100, $200. What's that? 3 lap dances all up, maybe about. Yeah. And Devlin spent
$1,070.
And by the way, the 70 is because the ATM has a 10% transaction fee.
which means
he took out $700.
he showed up with 300 and was like, "This is my budget."
We
That's it,"
budgeted
which is heaps.
in 7-Eleven. We both took out 300 in 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and
well,
you came in under budget.
of course, I was never going to spend that much money.
Yeah.
I was like, just more taken out because I was like, well, maybe if things get out of hand,
Yeah.
you know.
And also, you didn't want to make Devlin feel out of place.
Kind of.
Having triple the money.
Dude, what do you mean?
Because you would have taken out 100 if it was a
Oh.
reasonable thing. He would have taken out 300.
Yeah, true. But it was good. It's good to budget, and he clearly didn't stick to that. And Whitey sent me a message this morning going, it got to a point around 6 a.m. where we were at the bar as a group, and a girl would literally walk up, take his hand, and leave with him without saying anything.
Not even would you like her. She walks up, and as soon as they make eye contact, he's like, okay.
Yes. Usually they've got to sell you. They're going to be like, hey, what's up?
You know what
are
that
you here
means?
for?
And I reckon there's got to be like one guy a night that this happens to.
They all
where
talk out the back.
The girl, out the back, they go, if you walk up to that guy that almost looks like Henry Cavill, it looks like Henry Cavill before steroids, if you talk to him, you don't even have to talk to him. Just go look at him and he'll go, lap dance, please. And then that's it. And it seems like every chick there, I think even the Keelan said even the security guard roped him into a lap dance. He was like, "Well, it's just a bit of extra cash."
At least that one was having fun with his job. The other guy could take a few notes, I can tell you. But it was enjoyable. I feel like I left at a great time.
Yeah.
You were like, oh man, I'm hitting the wall. I'm gonna wrap up.
3:30. I was
Energy
done.
was low when I left. So when I saw the picture of you guys outside in daylight, I was shocked. Because energy was. There was a lot of this. There was chick getting naked on stage, and Keelan was like looking at his phone and at the roof, like at nothing. He was just like going, probably should go back to the hotel.
Here's the last. So I left, and then I was following on the drive home because I had my own adventure without you guys, which I'll tell you about. It's going to be a long episode, as they all are whenever there's a night out. So I was following where the night was going on Instagram stories, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up pretty early, and I saw that it was still going. And then I went back to sleep, and I woke up, and then the final story of the night was Keelan arriving, because Keelan booked a hotel because he was going to stay there. Keelan arriving at the hotel at 7 a.m. to pay for a late checkout so he could have his first sleep for 3 hours.
Yeah. And
Bit out of hand.
Stephen had to get up at 9 a.m. to go to the zoo with his mates.
The zoo.
Your friend is 7.
Mate, he was already
there to fist bump the fucking animals? Was he? Oh.
He was at the zoo. He was looking at rhinos all night.
That's what I said to him. Can I tell you one disrespectful thing he did to Whitey?
Yeah.
So, final round of drinks for the night, Whitey spends like $150 on scotch, rum or something with all the boys. I just had a Coke because I had to drive. And Stephen didn't realize how expensive it was.
Yeah.
So we all sit down and Stephen sculls his rum, scotch, whatever it is, And then Whitey looks at him and goes like, dude, that was like $50. And that's very disrespectful.
Stephen
Hang on.
is the kind of guy that actually doesn't know things. I don't think he'd ever seen boobs before. I saw him walk in and he had this fucked look on his face. So he looked at the girl on stage and he looked at me and gave me a thumbs up. And I was like, okay, cool, dude. Want another fist bump?
Hang on. Isn't what he did to Whitey exactly what you did to that guy earlier in the night?
Yeah, but I did it on purpose. And Steven did it by accident.
Stephen did it because he's like from Frankston and he's never had anything other than like a beer before.
He didn't know that things cost more than $2. He's like, wow, that's crazy that there's things that are more than 50 cents.
Yeah.
Well, while you guys were doing this, Jazz and I left. And we got dumplings on the way home. And there was like one girl in there by herself, real pretty girl. She was paralytic drunk to the point where she like walks over. She gets her, she was sitting on a stool and Jazz was sitting on a stool. I was standing. She goes up to get her food, stumbles off to get the food. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take her seat. And then she looks back and she's like, where am I going to sit? And that's when we realize she's by herself. And then she tries to sit at like, you know how sometimes they have like a table that has the forks and the vinegar and all that kind of stuff? She tries to sit at that when there's no chair there
like
either.
straws and
She
shit.
just grabs her food and puts it on top of all of like everyone's condiments.
All the condiments.
Starts making mess. The guy's like, oh, you have to leave. You have to leave. And she's like, oh, I need to sit. So I go, come over here. I stand up and you can sit there. And then she starts eating rice with her fingers. After she was at the condiments thing, making a huge mess, and then we had to wait for ages for our food. She finishes, and then we kind of leave together, me, Jazz, and this girl, and we realize that she's by herself. She's been abandoned by her friends or something, and then me and Jazz look at each other, and we're like, if we don't make sure she gets home, someone's going to take her home. So we start helping her book like an Uber, and she can't even open the app on her phone. She's that gone. So Jazz has to take her phone.
So dangerous.
I know,
I've never got that drunk.
I know, and she was by herself, and she was like
Ever.
a really pretty girl.
Or if
as
I
well.
have, like, not in the city, never in the city would I get that drunk.
No,
Maybe
no.
like a house party or something if I'm familiar with the place. But
Yeah,
like,
because
no.
all it takes is like one animal.
Such a bad.
Right.
Yeah, that's not
so
good.
Jazz books it for her, and then it's just a mess. And then here's why she's lucky she ran into us. She was in such a state that she thought we were going to have a threesome. She thought that like she was coming home with us. And because Jazz was booking an Uber, and she's like, are we going to your house? And she goes, no, this is your phone. He goes, no, that's your phone. You've got it. We're like, no, what's your address? She goes, are we going to my house? We're like, yeah, we'll go to your house. She's like, cool. And then before though, we should go to Billboard. We're like, no, you got kicked out of Billboard, remember? She goes, oh yeah, let's go back. And we're like, all right, we're waiting for a car. And then we sit on a park bench, and then she just passes out on Jasmine's shoulder.
Was she confused when you didn't get in the Uber with her?
Yeah, so then the car pulls up, and she's like, all right, are we going to your house? You guys are nice. She has red hair, and you're really tall, and so are you, and you're both tall. Where are we going? Further evidence that all you really need is being tall, and it confuses women. So
I don't think that was the reason why she was into you, mate. She also had just eaten rice with her hands.
yeah, I know. Yeah, so
You're not that much of a catch.
no, that's what I mean. Like all you have to be is tall, and she has to be paralytic.
I think you just have to have a pulse.
Yeah,
breathing.
I know. Yeah, so she's
You were
lucky she
there.
ran into us. So anyways, the car starts pulling up. She's like, come on, guys. Let's go. You guys are really nice. And then she wouldn't get in the car without us.
Oh, no.
So I open the back seat. I'm like, you get in first. She's like, all right. And then she gets in the back.
You close it
And then
walk
she
away.
moves over. She's like, come on. And I'm like, 1 second. And I shut the door. And then I open up the passenger seat. And she goes, jump in. She opens up the back door for Jazz. Come on. And I look at the driver, and I was like, make sure she goes in her house. He's like, yes, boss. It was a DD. I think they have more training to look after chicks or whatever. And then I shut the door, and I shut it. She goes, wait, where are we going together? And I said, we'll meet you there. She's like, woo!
We'll meet you there.
Yeah. Saved her life. That was
That's
my
good.
one good deed.
Well, that's a nice thing to do. You made up for a night of sinning.
Yeah. So as rude as I was to that guy who bought Keelan a drink, I saved a girl's life, so it's all good.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do anything nice.
Yeah. But
I
that
saved
is-
my
you know what?
girlfriend's life. She
Yeah.
almost died on the way home.
Really?
With
All right. What?
Secret podcast it.
All right. We'll put it on the Patreon one.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
great.
I think
haven't
I
heard this.
think it's a crime.
Okay, all right, great. Well, sign up to the Patreon and we'll continue on. Guys, thank you for listening. This was a long one, but we had a lot to get out. It's under an hour still.
But yeah.
We're serious about this. This is the final week in Frankston, so next episode will be, unless something goes wrong, the last episode we ever do in Frankston. So if there are any final things you want us to wrap up, we're going to do Frankston Tales for sure, but if you have any other suggestions, what's the last thing
How should we
do?
wrap up this era?
We don't have the sign anymore. Look, a little bit of a spoiler alert for what the set's going to look like. We probably won't have any curtains, so this could be the last time
We definitely
you see these curtains.
flipping them on Facebook Marketplace to pay for the Heelys.
Yep,
100%.
that's right.
If you guys want to buy them, we'll link it.
Yep,
Please buy our curtains.
that's right. So, and also we really
Not a
want you
good
guys on board. You guys are kind of the foot soldiers of this. We're going to make a really, really big push when we do move into the new studio next week. So we would love for you guys to get on board, share the show, spread the word, because this is huge for us. It's an amazing opportunity. More information to come. We are the Scam Kings, and we will succeed with or only with you, really.
Only with you.
can't
We
say
cannot
without
do it without
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Thank you so much. Goodbye.